I was watching this and I literally jumped from my seat. I mean, have you seen a climax battle so intense? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paul. So in today's video, we will be exploring how anime became mainstream. So I saw this a while back and I just felt the need to explore it together with you guys. Now this was done by Jacob Weeby. His link is down in the description below. So with that, let's get into it. Onegaishimasu.
How did anime become mainstream? I'm sure many of you, like myself, have started to notice more and more of how much anime has been promoted here recently in America. So, how did anime go from being labeled weird and nerd to McDonald's, one of America's biggest conglomerates?
I'm telling you, anime has really come a long way.
Anime studios specifically to market to the West. Now, the first thing that we need to look at when seeing how popular anime has become in the last 5 to 10 years is the audience, which is primarily millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah.
Being part of this club, I grew up on Disney classics in the 90s, like Lion King and Beauty and the Beast.
I grew up watching this
Saturday
too.
morning cartoons on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. We're talking SpongeBob, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I even watched some classics on Boomerang like Looney Tunes. Growing up with these gave me a deep love for 2D animation and cartoons. Now, the common notion in the West growing up was that animation and cartoons, for the most part, were for kids.
Yeah,
this is the complete opposite notion that
this is where I have problem with cartoons. They keep making some kind of trash with so little story. They just make some crappy things that are like for toddlers or even less. It really just gets tiring at some point. Let's continue.
Japan has. While Western animation companies like Disney stopped using 2D animation after Princess and the Frog in 2009, Japan doubled down and made 2D animation a staple of their entertainment for the rest of the world.
Improved
Because of this,
significantly
millennials and
on
Gen
their
Z
story.
slowly but surely started gravitating towards anime because it provided more mature storytelling in the medium that we all grew up with. Speaking of our audience, I wouldn't
Just
be able to
give us
continue
a
this
good
video
story.
without
That's all
mentioning
we
a
ask
very
for.
important worldwide event from 2020 to 2022, which greatly increased anime consumption due to people being on lockdown from a pandemic. That's right, I'm arguing that because of COVID-19, anime experienced a great renaissance that we had never seen before.
True,
now,
true.
Was anime popular before COVID-19? Yes, of course.
But
I'm
not to the
saying
level it
wasn't.
is
What I
today.
am saying is that with the help of social media, more specifically TikTok, anime as a whole exploded. The reason I am talking to you right now with almost 900,000 subscribers is because I started posting anime memes on TikTok in 2021.
You can see the power of anime. For those that don't like anime.
Although COVID-19 kept me from having a normal graduation and a normal college experience, it gave me the opportunity to become a content creator and an influencer for you guys, which I do not take for granted. This anime ran for 1,269 episodes and is part of a $92 billion franchise spawning numerous video games and a worldwide popular card game.
Now
If you haven't
this
guessed
is
already,
OG.
the anime that I'm talking about now
Yeah,
is
Pokemon.
Pokemon was and remains a giant in Japanese media. And Pokemon was so incredibly popular that I remember that it would run prime time on Saturday mornings on Cartoon Network instead of being put on Toonami at night with the other anime. Now, part of this is due to the fact that Pokemon was targeted mostly towards kids, but I can't ignore the massive part that Pokemon has played in the last 30 years helping anime become mainstream.
Exactly,
In addition to Pokemon,
Pokemon.
another show that I believe that played a massive part in the growing popularity of anime during the 90s was
Dragon Ball Z.
Although Dragon Ball Z was targeted more towards older adolescents because of the increase of violence and language compared to Pokemon, still, it took the pop culture world by storm, and although it only aired from 1999 to 2003 on Cartoon Network's Toonami program, it only grew with popularity through the years of it not airing before it eventually returned 12 years
Dragon
later
Ball
with Dragon Ball
Super.
Super. Because of this, similar to Pokemon, countless games, movies, and collectibles were produced from this franchise, and I would argue that
As in, I remember back in the day, it was just Dragon Ball Z. See that you are seeing action figures, you are seeing it printed on bags and so many materials. I mean, Dragon Ball, I just grew up seeing Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z here, there, and everywhere. Almost all the merchandise in stores, you just at least see an atom of Dragon Ball Z imprints on their merchandise, especially the school bags. So yeah, it really went a long way in ushering anime to what it is today. Let's continue.
Goku is one of the most iconic characters in modern media, not only worldwide, but in the US as well. But if you didn't know already, filmmaker Michael B. Jordan, like many other celebrities, is a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, and has directly taken shots from the anime to put in his latest
Exactly.
film.
You can see the impact of
many
anime.
fans of anime consider
It is
Dragon Ball Z the
far-reaching.
grandfather of shonen, which would become the most popular genre of the medium.
Also,
Rest
this
in
happened
peace,
after I
Akira
recorded this
Toriyama.
video, but I just wanted to say rest in peace to the creator
You really
and author
created
of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama.
something
He will
phenomenal.
be missed.
Thank you. The anime community.
Speaking of shonen, the
Appreciates
next
you.
anime that we see grow in immense popularity in North America while Dragon Ball Z wasn't airing is a show called Naruto. Beginning to air in the US on
Yes,
Toonami in 2005,
exactly.
Naruto established itself
The
in
new
the
millennium
and
was
rose to the
taken
top
by
after
storm
2
by
years with
Naruto,
peak
hands
follow-up series,
down.
Naruto Shippuden. If Dragon Ball Z dominated the 90s, then Naruto easily dominated the 2000s.
Exactly.
And it's still considered one of the
Effortlessly.
most influential anime in shonen today. The impact of Naruto has even reached MMA fighting, with Israel Adesanya
Exactly.
using the iconic Rock Lee stance in his fights, which I think is just the coolest thing ever.
I'm
Naruto will
telling
also
you.
be getting the live-action adaptation treatment soon, with Shang-Chi director Destin Cretton collaborating with Naruto.
I just hope this live action is done well. I hope they follow the same paths and tactics that One Piece used. Because we're hoping for something interesting. And for it to be interesting, they have to stick to the script, stick to the original source material. They shouldn't go putting some kind of crazy ideas in it. Please just stick to how the manga was written. Let it just be nice. Naruto really made my childhood amazing. It was so intense. The story was so good. It was just a stark difference to the American cartoons that they were releasing at that time, from 2002 to up till I think 4 after the first Naruto ended, and there was a time skip. The story was just so captivating. I mean, that's just all I was asking for from American cartoons, because it started getting tiring. What these Disney cartoons being released were all about. There was just so little in their story. They weren't giving. I just felt like there could be more that could have been done with this American cartoons, but they just kept disappointing and bringing more trash and more trash after trash. It just really got sickening enough at some point. Like, see what was done to Star Wars. I don't even want to start getting into that. Let's not digress too much. Let's continue.
Naruto's mangaka Masashi Kishimoto, which I am very excited for. Sadly, in 2024, the current running Boruto has not been able to retain fans of the
They
series,
didn't take
and I
this story
believe
very
that
well
it has
at all.
lost some relevance in
Boruto
previous years as
just,
compared
I don't
to
know,
other
just pissing
shonen
on the legacy of
One Piece.
Naruto.
Now, rewind to 2013, and we see a modern masterpiece start airing, which would stride against the common shonen formula that audiences were used to. at this point. The
AOT,
anime that I'm
Attack
talking about
on
is Attack on
Titan,
Titan.
man.
Produced by 2 different studios for a span of 10 years.
A
Attack on
true
Titan
masterpiece.
maintained a cult-like following
This
within the
is
anime
unique
community,
on
and
its
is
own. Like,
considered
it
by
has
many to be the best anime
the
of all
best,
time.
or what are one of the
Still
best stories I've
remember
ever
season 4 of
watched
Attack on
ever
Titan
from any
airing in
show.
December of 2020, and just how much hype surrounded the series. Although some fans were irritated with the amount of breaks the anime took,
That was the issue with
finale
it. The
crashed Crunchyroll in 2023,
the release
which
dates
shows
were
you
just
how
very
much
terrible.
audiences loved this show, full of twists and turns, a
Exactly.
masterfully written story, and a protagonist unlike I've ever seen before in modern media.
Exactly.
Attack on Titan is another big reason why anime is as popular as it is today.
Now, Attack on Titan, this came out back in 2013, and the story was so unique, so mind-blowing and captivating that it swept the anime community by storm. Like, it literally outsold a whole One Piece that same year of its release. Now, One Piece had been airing for 14 years prior to when Attack on Titan was released, and as soon as it was released, oh man, come and see Rush. It was so good. It was so intense. I remember watching this back in 2013. I was so gripped. I mean, I was literally sweating watching episode by episode, and I couldn't just get enough of it. I just kept wanting more and wanting more. So just quite disappointing that after 2013 there was no season released up until 2017. I think that's the only downside for Attack on Titan. But other than that, it went with a banger. I mean, the story is so intense, it's so good. If you drop a Game of Thrones and an Attack on Titan, I'll pick Attack on Titan anytime, any day. The story is just better written and it's just more intense. Let me not say much. Let's continue.
Now, this next anime is a visual roller coaster that has been produced by Animation Studio
Oh,
Ufotable.
yeah, Demon Slayer. This one is action pro
when it
max.
premiered in 2019. Another great way for new viewers to be introduced to anime, Demon Slayer provided an entertaining story and likable characters that wasn't too hard to understand as compared to other anime with more confusing power systems. Demon Slayer crushed records, not only in anime, but in manga as well.
And the quality of the animation has been consistently good and even keeps improving. That is unheard of.
Over 100 million units in 2021.
Exactly.
If that wasn't enough, Demon Slayer Mugen Train grossed over $500 million at the box office, making it the highest grossing film of 2020 worldwide, and beating out Sausage Party to become the highest grossing R-rated animated film of all time. Continuing with the Entertainment District arc as well as the Swordsmith Village arc, unlike many other anime that cut the budget for episodes that aired, Ufotable maintained an amazing animation budget that was movie quality even for their episodes.
That's right, exactly. It was just so good.
Visually is jaw-dropping.
Especially this season 2.
To see why it's helped anime become what it is today. Releasing 1 year after Demon Slayer during the height of the...
Now, Demon Slayer, the story is just so simple, not that intricate, it doesn't go that deep, but the action is so good, the animation is so good, it's just relatable and straight to the point. And that's just what makes Demon Slayer very interesting. The action is not that complex, there are no fillers, it just goes straight to the point. I mean, look at this season 2, the Entertainment District arc. The action was so good, the animation was so pure, it was movie quality. I was watching this and I literally jumped from my seat. I mean, have you seen a climax battle so intense than this? I mean, just watch this. I mean, you don't need anyone to tell you this is intense. You don't need anyone to tell you to jump from your seat. You don't need anyone to tell you to be on the edge. You are literally on the edge watching this. 247 non-stop action, totally breathtaking, totally phenomenal. Let's continue.
COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, and we see the anime Jujutsu Kaisen come onto the scene. Now, I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video how social media really helped anime reach new audiences.
Okay, this is another very good one.
Evident the impact that TikTok specifically had on Jujutsu Kaisen when it was released. I feel as if a large number of Jujutsu Kaisen's audience came from TikTok primarily because of how much attention it was getting during 2020 and 2021. Overnight, Jujutsu Kaisen became a sensation in the anime community, and when fans thought it couldn't get any better than Season 1 and Movie 0, Season 2 premiered in 2023 and defied our expectations even more. I'll just let the Anime Awards speak to the success of Jujutsu Kaisen, with the anime sweeping
and the battles are just
and winning 11
so insane
awards,
and so
including
intense.
Anime of the Year. The popularity surrounding Jujutsu Kaisen has been astounding, with celebrities like Usher cosplaying Gojo Satoru and spoiling half of the fandom, which I would find hilarious if I wasn't part of the half of the fandom that was spoiled. Nonetheless, Jujutsu Kaisen, I would argue, is worthy of being in this group of pivotal anime that had helped anime become mainstream. Coming to the last anime in this group, I think I would actually be crazy if I didn't include One Piece. Now, why would I save One Piece for last? Well, to be honest,
infinite,
I'm a little biased because One Piece is personally my favorite anime. But I also understand that compared to other anime that I've talked about in this video, I actually don't believe that One Piece is near as
One Piece is just
in the West
in a league of its own.
I think the majority of people are intimidated by the almost 1,100 episodes.
That's the only issue.
Really keeps it in a group
but it is worth trying out. You will definitely love it. You just need patience and focus on the story. The story is so captivating.
Now, even if this is the case, there is no denying the impact that One Piece has had in the anime community as a whole. Just look at what the LA Chargers did in December, bringing One Piece to their stage.
Man, One Piece and anime as a whole has really come a long way.
Which shows that its popularity in the West is growing much faster in recent years. Even non-fans respect it as one of the most iconic. And with the new Netflix anime adaptation,
this brought in a whole new ton of fans, and it was so well done.
By Wit Studio, this will be sure to bring in those who are intimidated by the episode count and who want more modern animation similar to what they're used to. In conclusion, I think we can say for certain that anime is now officially mainstream here in the West.
Now that was amazing. And it's just as he said, anime has come a long way. I remember back in the day watching anime, it just felt like you watching it, you are a weirdo. But me personally, I just felt that those that don't watch animes, they are the weirdos, because how can't you like anime? I mean, the stories are galaxies ahead of what cartoons make. There are anime stories that are better than blockbuster movies. Yeah, you heard that right. There are anime stories that are better than blockbuster movies. If you tell me to pick, as I said before, if you drop a Game of Thrones and you drop an Attack on Titan, I will pick Attack on Titan anytime, any day, anywhere, because the story is better. Yes, Game of Thrones is good. It started well and ended poorly. Look at the finale of season 8. Now look at Attack on Titan. Season after season, it kept getting better and better and better and better. And when you thought you have seen it all, it brought out a finale that scattered the internet, that scattered the anime community. Where have you seen a finale that is so good, that has a better climax than this? Just look at this, check this out. Where have you seen a climax that is better than this? Look at the story, look at the build-up, look at how everything led to what, and how everything became interconnected. There is no show I've ever seen that has a better interconnected story than Attack on Titan. The story is bulletproof tight, so intense, and so good and so relevant. I mean, it is relatable. The dilemma, the decision, the action, the story. You cannot just get enough. It just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And that's how so many anime stories are just like. Look at One Piece, look at Naruto, look at Code Geass, look at Death Note, look at Full Metal Alchemist, look at Akame ga Kill. Just to mention a few, there are many more that are so good, so intense that you cannot just get enough of. That's just all we're asking from these cartoons that we love back in the day, but just kept shitting on it, shitting on our awesome memories that we had of the previous versions that were brought out. They kept bringing more trash and more trash. Let me come back to Star Wars. Look at Star Wars. Star Wars was so good and so nice back in the day, and look at what they have turned it to. The present day Star Wars, you can't even look at it. It is just so bad, it is just so terrible. Western songs, you can do more. I used to love it, but started losing interest. They just don't put enough effort in their story. Their stories just aren't captivating. They just keep bringing out some disappointing shit to another disappointing shit. It really gets tiring. I really love this. I really loved this compilation. I really love this video. Shout out to Jacob Weeby. He really did an awesome job putting this together. I really loved it. It was amazing. It was captivating. Anime has really come a long way. I remember first starting anime back in 2001. I think that's the first time I watched anime that I can remember, which was Samurai X. And the story was just so gripping and just so nice. It was just a stark difference from the cartoons I used to watch. I used to watch back then Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Courage the Cowardly Dog, The Wacky Races, and Sheep in the Big City. But check the stories of all this now. Then check the stories of animes that came out. Look at what was coming out back in the day. We had Hajime no Ippo came out, I think, back in 1999. Samurai Champloo that came out, I think, back during that same period. Samurai X came out in, I think, 1996 or 1994. Please correct me. And many more awesome shows. Then Naruto came out in 2002 and just scattered everything scatterable, and it eclipsed everything that was airing at that point until Avatar anyway. But yeah, Avatar is good, but Naruto eclipsed everything. When Naruto was airing, there was almost nothing on par with it. Even today, I don't think there's any anime, let's say DBZ tried, but I'm talking about from the new millennium. Naruto has had the most impact globally than any other anime. Globally, if you check, go and check how many people have done parodies, reactions, mimicry, or whatever. People have made fortunes from just reacting to anime and mimicking anime. Look at the likes of RDC. Look at King Vader. These are just a few. Go and check. There are many more who have used one or two forms of Naruto content to make a fortune. I mean, it's just crazy. And just anime as a whole, it's just not Naruto. It's just not only Naruto, alright? So it's really nice. This really just gladdens my heart because I know back then it was really something else when you're trying to tell someone about anime and they just look at you like one sort of weirdo. I'm glad that anime is getting the much appreciation that it deserves. It really just gladdens my heart. I think I will anchor this video here. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share this video, leave a comment and subscribe. Please, I really need a subscription. Just hit the subscribe button, alright, to go a long way in supporting my channel. So with that, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.